YouTube. Yes, now we are on YouTube. So we've been talking about manifestation and how the nervous system gets into the mix, and how come we will find ourselves stuck or doing a lot and our goals not coming true. How does the nervous system work around that? Okay, so now the good thing is that the nervous system can help us to achieve our most biggest goals. The nervous system is literally the communication to the planet. So if you are wanting 100 million rand anything, there is somebody out there that has got that thing you are looking for. The nervous system is connected to everybody in the planet that you need anything from. Your soulmate is connected to your nervous system. Your money is connected to your nervous system. Whatever you want, your health, the people that can help you, the nervous system is connected to those people. That is why when you are ready, the nervous system will take you to where you're going to meet whoever you need to meet. So the nervous system is so critical, right? You see? But the nervous system won't do that work if it's hurt. That work of connecting you to the 100 million range you need, that work of connecting you to your soulmate, that whole process of putting things together for you to be at the right place at the right time with readiness, full-blown readiness, which the nervous system can do it in like 3 days. It takes about 3 days for anybody to manifest anything. So the nervous system is so powerful in that way that it can it needs just 3 days, and it can be less than 3 days. I mean, the minimum is 3 days to get everything you want in line for something you want to happen. But problem is that the nervous system is not going to do it if it is wounded. So that is what we've been talking about. So yesterday, if you've missed our talk, go back to Instagram. We have a recording, and YouTube and Facebook. And welcome to everybody. So I'm not sure which one is Instagram between these. I think this is Instagram, right? This is TikTok. So if you're coming through, please click on that screen. Click on that screen on a TikTok so that TikTok knows that we are here. Welcome. If you are joining us for the first time, we normally do these talks around 7. We talk about money, manifestation, how to get your dreams to come true. So join us. Make sure that you're following so that you can be able to see us when we're starting. You don't miss out on things that are important, because I think all of us, we want to see our goals come through. And the only problem we don't see our goals come through is because we don't understand how they're supposed to come through. Because everybody, I know you are here and you've clicked on, and you're sitting here and you're listening. It's because you are doing what you know how to do, but it might just be not enough, right? Or there is something you don't know that is blindsiding you from the place where you're supposed to be at. Now, good news is that there is help. All the help you need is available at all times. Bad news is that if you do not know how to get the help, then you're going to be in a stuck position. So welcome to everybody. We're going to be doing part 2 tonight. Hey, Noah is on YouTube. Good evening. So we're gonna be talking a little bit. I'm gonna be showing you guys a little bit on that nervous system, and I'm gonna be doing a clearing also if we get time towards the end. So don't leave. Make sure you are here the whole time so that we can be able to do that. Now, I was just saying right now, for all those who have just joined us, that The nervous system is how we communicate with the universe, how we communicate with God. So, when was the last time you asked God anything? Just put it on that comment section. When was the last time you asked God anything? I'm not talking about praying, and praying is one thing. Asking God something is another thing. Now, if you want me to explain what's the difference, let me know. But at the moment, I'm just asking, when was the last time you remember properly asking God for something? When was the last time? Hey, Queen. So when was the last time you remember asking God for something? And now don't tell me you haven't asked God for anything. Like, oh my goodness, I haven't asked God in anything since December 31 or January 1st. When was the last time you asked God for anything? Praying is one thing. That's separate from asking. Asking God is a totally different story. Asking God, asking the universe, whichever, asking your guides, whichever suits your needs, however you want to say it, but you get the point. When was the last time you asked anything from God? I want to show you something. Answer this question. I just want to show you something around the fact that God it doesn't have a problem with giving you anything. Queen's Bow says materialistic. Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you asked? No, I mean, an ask is an ask. Even if you are asking God for a car, it's fine. You're asking God for money. You're asking God for a partner. You're asking God for whatever. Yeah, let's say materialistics. But when was the last time you asked God for anything? So if you're joining us, we are talking about, we just joined us, we are talking about our nervous system, how our nervous system can make or break us when it comes to manifesting the things we want, how our nervous system can be the most amazing thing because our nervous system is connected to everything we want, all the people and all the things that we're looking to get in the planet that we deserve and we are desiring. The nervous system has that number for number of the person of that place, the place that is supposed to give you a business deal. Your nervous system has got the connection there, it's got the phone number, it can call them right now. The people who have a grant for you, money you don't have to pay, your nervous system has the connection, it can organize you to be there in 3 days. Literally 3 days, your nervous system can get you there, right? But your nervous system, again, is the same thing that can make sure that you never put your foot in that place before you have healed what the nervous system needs healing from. So let me look at the comments. When was the last time you asked God for anything? If you haven't asked God for anything, then you see your problems are extra. You haven't asked God for anything. And it's not like you don't want anything, right? So that is you, it's not like you're not asking God because you're just like, oh, me, I am perfect. Like, God, you can look at other children's problems. Me, number one, sorted. I have no desire, I have no need, I have no want. I mean, if you are here and you are that person who has no need, and I'm sure you wouldn't bother yourself, just be in on this life anyway. So Queensbo says past weeks she asked for a partner at soul level. All right, so past weeks, maybe last week, maybe the week before last, you asked. Nice. You asked God, like, can I? So guys, the core point behind this is that you also need to know how to ask. So on 1010 photograph says, I don't actually remember. Yeah, so I was waiting for that kind of a comment. where you know that you haven't asked God for anything in like forever. Like you don't even remember when was the last time you asked God and what did you ask God. You see, that is why the scripture says you have not because you haven't asked. But you have things in your heart that needs to be done, but you're not asking. So now the asking process is a whole story. The asking process is a whole process. Now you need to know what is it that is required from you when you are asking. How do you need to ask? Now, different people, depending on the different energies that you've got, there is other people have specific ways of asking that you will need to follow. Now, sometimes we find this in your astrology chart, and also there are specific things that you need to ask for. And so if you ask for those things, that they will come so easy. Like one of the things, I can give you an example about my life, is that what my soul contract promises me that I will never have a money problem. Not that I won't have a money problem, but like I will not run out of money, right? And the second thing, like for me, vehicles and cars and things like that are never going to be an issue in my life. So and if you need us to do this process, call me up, pa@busiseleshow.com, so that you know things that are never going to be an issue. Like I promise you, I have never had, I think once, like it was maybe for what, like a year, when I was like 22, I had one car in my name. Like all the time, I have 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in my name. Since I've been an adult, I've never had like one car. Other than that day where I went to buy the first one, I've never had one car in my name, and my cars are paid off, right? So that is like one thing that the universe promises me, that I will never have a problem with it. So if I don't have a car, let's say, I don't know what would have happened, but let's just say I don't have one. Though that is one thing that I can go and ask for, and tomorrow I have it. Like it's not even gonna be a problem. Like somebody can walk to me and give it to me, type of a thing. So you need to know what are the non-negotiable that you chose, your soul chose, that when you come here you will ask for that. There are people who have, like, their chart shows you clearly that they will never have a problem with finding a spouse or a partner. I've seen those people. I'm not one of them, but like for me, chart, it looks dodgy. That part, it looks very dodgy. But there are people who their chart promises them that if you ask at any moment for the best of the best in partners, soulmates, there isn't a you must. So that's the first level of asking. You need to know what is it that you can ask God, and there is no you must. There isn't a terms and conditions thing. So that is why I can go and ask money for people, and I'm always helping people find funding. I can go ask money from any place, they will give it to me. Like it's not an issue for me to get funding of no matter how much you need. I just need to sit down with you, get you to write this business plan. I know how to make it be the one that is needed. We go, we ask for money. That is one thing that I have been promised. So that thing, I can ask it like 20 times a day and it's still going to just go right. I take people to the river. I ask money on behalf of people. They come back with, I take a person to the river. Tomorrow they say to me, hey, we'll see, that the person who has owed me for 20 years has paid. And I was saying it last night on this live, that if you want to come through to the retreat, You don't have to do anything. You're just gonna say, Busi said, if I want to come to the retreat, the money is gonna come, and it's gonna come from weird places. So I know for sure from my chart that if I ask for money, I can ask for money for other people. I have asked for so many people to get jobs, they get it. Ask for people get their funding, they get it. Ask for people for increase at work, they get it. That is in my chart. Those two things never going to be a problem, but there are things in my chart that are very, very, very dodgy, that me also, I need to quicker and fix my nervous system before those things happen. So if you are asking God, you need to know what are the non-negotiables for you, and so that you can ask those. Just imagine, I didn't know that this was my gift, that this was my an easy thing for me to get from the universe anytime I need it, and I didn't ask for it. I will be sitting here with umlomo owomile, not knowing that I have got a free ticket. You need to know what's your free ticket, right? That's what I wanted us to talk about tonight. You're asking free ticket, the thing that you can ask the universe at any time and it will deliver it immediately. 3 days, noma kanjani, is delivered, no matter what happens. Mazulu says, hi, Busa, how much is the 19th to December? Okay, so we've got a discounted fee up to 30 November. So the whole of November you register during November, you're getting the discounted fee, and then after that, then the price will change. So you can please send an email, Mazulu, to pa@busiselesho.com, so that you can get the link and then you can see all the information. Now, if you don't know what is your non-negotiable factor, you're going to run into a problem of messing up with your blessings, because what you ask for matters as much as your nervous system is not healed, drama in your life. There are things that still the universe has given you a free ticket to ask for it. So just like I've said to those who just joined now, for me, it's definitely two things: money and vehicles. Those two things I can ask while I'm a mess and I am in the most traumatic. The universe promised that there is no way I cannot get it. So you need to know your own non-negotiable that the universe gave you for free, that any day this is your blessing. And you probably have seen there's people who, like, children is their blessing, relationships is their blessing, money is their blessing, communication is their blessing. Like when they open their mouth, boom boom boom, they don't have to do too much. Other people is singing, other people is playing soccer, they don't have to ask God for these things. Like, I mean, they ask and it's not even an issue. Like how they get it done, it's not an issue. Amazon says, thank you, will do. My last ayahuasca was a bit shaky. I need to I need a rematch. All right, mama, come through. We are gonna have an amazing time. And guys, the retreat is filling up quickly, so please make sure that you give your name in time so that you do not get the last retreat. We were so full, like we had to cut off people, they couldn't make it. Going says, hi B, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. I'm well, I'm good. So guys, I am talking about nervous system, and today we're talking about an important thing of you needing to know what is your non-negotiable, what is the one thing. Thank you so much for those who are sharing. Thank you so much. You may be blessed with things you have not asked for. Those that are sharing the video, thank you so much. Those who are sending flowers, thank you so much. Please click on the screen. The retreat is on the 19th to the 21st of December. Somebody is asking, and like I said, there's a discounted fee up to the 30th of November. Send an email pa@busiselesho.com so that you can be able to see all the pricing there. And like I said, do not worry about where will the money come from. That is not a problem. I promise you guys, like I've seen it so many times. Nobody ever is broke enough to not come to a retreat, because if you do what I tell you to do, you shall not have a problem with it. Kena Dini, sorry, I don't know how to say that. Says, how do you know what is your non-negotiable? Okay, so Kenny, I was just saying that your astrology chart has the whole story. Your astrology chart has the whole entire story of what are your non-negotiable, what are you here for, what's supposed to happen with your life. So if you want to get your astrology chart, or you want me to explain your astrology chart for you, and that is one of the questions you have, please come through, send an email pa@busiselesho.com. We will sit down with your chart and we'll look at what are your non-negotiable. What is the thing that you can ask the universe 80 billion times and it will just come right, and you don't need anything other than just you asking. And hence I was asking earlier, when was the last time you asked God for anything? Because most people, like 99% of the planet, is not asking God anything. Guys, can you believe it? And everybody is like, oh, the economy, hey, our lives are not amazing. But nobody is asking God anything, because the thing is that if you're asking, you're supposed to be getting. You don't have because you haven't asked. The Bible says it so many times. You have not because you've asked not. And asking and praying is two different things. But there's also, in the asking, there's level 1 of asking, which is that the things that are non-negotiable for you. Just like I said, for me, it's definitely money and vehicles. I've never ever had less than one vehicle on my name ever, and they are paid off. I don't owe those cars, and I ask money for people every day from anywhere. They get it, even if you don't have this document, even if you don't have like, it happens, you get the money, because I have been given that free card. That is my free card. Like I said, in other situations in my life, just like in terms of relationships, it's a very dodgy situation. That one I need to fast a lot, like clean myself with all the ayahuasca in the world and the San Pedro and the what and the what, and then I still don't get it right, because there's still a wound somewhere and my nervous system is still refusing. So that is why then step 2, I'm going to talk about step 2 right now. When the nervous system has issues, then like, how do you go around that? So where can you get the link? Send pa@busiselesho.com email, pa@busiselesho.com. You'll get the link with the retreat information. I hope you got that. Non-negotiable, it's through your astrology chart. You can let me know. I can do your astrology chart for you. You need your name, as in the ID, you with surname you were born with, your birth surname, your date of birth, your place you were born at, and if you know the time you were born. But I can calculate the time for you. You can just give me the other stuff, then I'll get your chart calculated and let you know all these answers. Chris says, I'm a communicator and a mediator, but need assistance to navigate around. How can you assist me? Okay, so that is a good thing, right? So you know your talents, right? So from your talents, then now you need to monetize, which is the most important thing in the planet, is to monetize your talents. So I speak at events and I don't charge anything less than 50K, because I found out that talking is a gift that God gave me for free. I can talk for the whole entire weekend for free. I would never feel pain, but I had to monetize that skill, and it pays me well. Like, I have no issue with that. So once you know, you can book a coaching session. We can sit down and say, how do you monetize that? Because it can make you tons and tons of money. Sort your life out. You don't even have to feel like you're waking up to do anything. I mean, you see, I come here, I speak for 2 hours, and I feel great after doing the 2 hour talk. And it's so good for me. But it's because that is a gift that God gave me, and it makes me money now that I have learned to monetize that gift of mine. So we can definitely have a coaching session, and we can talk about how do you monetize it, so that you don't ever have to wake up at 35. Guys, I retired because I found my gifts, all of them. I put them in the money, and never ever have I worked since that day, because I do now what I love to do. It pays me, and it doesn't feel like work. Can I come with my own badge? Yeah, I mean, if you've got one, we can definitely look. If you got one, then I can just like look at the planets, and I can tell you, if this planet is here, this is what it means. If this planet is here, this is what it means. So yeah, if you've got one that you've already got, then I can interpret it for you. That's not a problem. Then says you don't want to do a 9 to 5. I mean, nobody should. Remember, every 9 to 5 is us building somebody else's dream. I mean, unless you are partnering with somebody that is really treating you good and is giving you what you need, and you're enjoying being there, then it's fine. But other than that, everybody can make their own 9 to 5. I mean, I went to Nigeria the other time, and I was shocked. People don't have jobs. Everybody works for themselves, and everything is fine. There's no problem whatsoever, you know. And jobs actually pay well, because nobody is begging anybody for anything. So now here you get paid whatever you can get paid, because there is so many people who are looking for a job. So you see, demand and supply type thing. So where you create your own thing, then you don't have to worry about money, because then there's nobody who's trying to take that from you or tell you what to do with your life type thing. Thank you. I have your WhatsApp number. I can use. Yes, WhatsApp is perfect. Thank you, Neo, for the gift. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the gifts. Really appreciate it. Please click on the screen. Tap, 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 because in this thing is gonna think we are not there if we don't tap. Thank you so much for that. Oh, thank you, Neo, for the gifts. You are lovely. May you get all the blessings you need. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to put the screen up. It's doing weird things. Okay, Bungane Zama says, hi, Sis Busi. Good evening. The difference between asking and praying, please. Okay, I'll answer that just now. Sibongile Kulu says, I need 100K by next Wednesday. How can I manifest it? All right, that's my favorite question ever, Sibongile. Let's start with you. Yeah, let's start with Sibongile. Guys, TikTok is not doing good things to me right now. Let's see. I don't see the comments. Oh, okay. There is. I think it's back. Ooh, there's a pop-up that keeps popping up. Okay, so let's answer Sibongile's question. Sibongile says, need 100K. So yesterday, Sibongile, I think maybe you were not in the live. So yesterday we talked about this. So there's two ways to get that done. Oh, I want to answer. I want to give you the long answer. Oh, child, your guys want you to learn the whole thing, and we don't have time for that. Damn. Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying to summarize your answer. Okay, though your guys really want you to hear the whole story of how you can get 100K, because that's not an issue for them to give it to you. Like, it's not a problem. Like, they know about your issue about next week Wednesday, and they have like all the things are set up. It's just you are not, like I said, you are not waking up and taking the money on top of the table. The money is there, is sitting, is looking at you. You don't see it. That's the problem. But anyway, let me give you the minimized sermon on that. All right, so Sbo and everybody else wants to know, like, how do you make 100K? Now, by the way, I've got a course, a whole entire free course. It's on my Facebook page. There's a group there on my Facebook page. It says how to manifest 100K in 30 days. How to manifest. A lot of people did that challenge and they made 100K in 30 days. Well, you don't have 30 days more, so yeah. And yeah, okay, so anybody who's interested, my Facebook has it, or you can send an email. My PA will send you the link. How to make 100K in 1 month, manifestation style. All right, very important course. A lot of people made that way back 7-8 years ago. Till today, people are still using that formula I shared today. It's out of the I mean, I've used the formula. It's not mine. Let me just say I got the formula and I shared with everybody. It's not mine. Let me not do things like that. I've got nothing to do with the formula. I told I'm studying, man. All right. Anyway, so 100K. There's many ways, but I'm gonna give you two for now. First of all, when you have an emergency, all of us guys, when you have an emergency, your guides are able to give you CPR in terms of money. So CPR is like you are not breathing, you are losing life. It's like 5-2. And then somebody comes and starts to give you air with their own mouth. This is not going to sustain you. This is not going to do too much, but it's going to keep you alive until proper help comes, and then you get that help, and then you can heal later on and breathe for yourself. Okay, so when you're having an emergency, you have a right to ask your guides for an emergency, and this emergency, it happens in a form of money spells, what we call money spells. There is million of money spells depending on what you want and what your energy is, and what earth sign you are, that you can use to make a quick financial emergency. So anything 100K downwards, 10K, 20K, 30K, you need to put in the trials quickly, you need to pay rent quickly, you need to do this quickly. You just need 20,000, you just need 40,000, you just need 50,000, you just need 100,000. It is so acceptable, and your guys will always give you the emergency. Now, I always discourage against using money spells because they are short term. They are really for the purposes of a first aider that is giving you CPR. It's nothing concrete. It's not gonna be there forever. It's gonna come, you're gonna use it quickly for this thing, and it's gonna go. So it's not sustainable, but it can take out the fire in the meantime. So that's one way you can do a money spell. But now the thing about a money spell is that you don't need to be healed to do a money spell. You don't have to like the nervous, you can bypass the nervous system for a money spell, but you need a certain attitude. So it's just like when you're doing witchcraft, you have to have a certain attitude or your witchcraft won't work. So when you're doing a money spell, you have got to have a certain attitude around what you're asking and how you want it to come to you. So you're saying, I need 100,000 because I need to pay this bill by next week, and I am knowing that I am worthy of this, and you really have to give that attitude. If you are doubting, if you are scared, if you don't believe, those things will mess up with your spell, and then it won't work. So that's one way, but it is a emergency. This one, it's a short term, it's temporary. Okay, now the best way is number two. Well, it's not the best way, another way, because it depends on what's going on. You don't have time to heal, you don't have time for this, you just need the money at this point because things are shaped wrongly at this point. So the other way is for you to then build up your solar plexus chakra, where Your solar plexus chakra is the only chakra that can help you challenge yourself to make things happen. So we've been doing a 7-day course on healing the seven chakras, aligning them correctly with the nervous system. So that is another course that you might want to look at in case you have time. But now, in this case, you will have to do a challenge with your solar plexus where you are saying, first question you need to ask, what are my talents? You find your talents. Then you take the talent, as somebody else was asking earlier, you monetize the talent, and then you say, I have taken the talent, I am monetizing it, I want to manifest 100K in this much time with the talent that I now know. So manifestation always likes it when you put your purpose, your God-given purpose. I'm not saying you can't make money from things that are not your purpose, but I'm saying the manifestation works amazingly quick and fast and easy when you're using your purpose. But the good thing is that now you can have that 100K 50 billion times, because now you've unlocked your purpose, and your purpose doesn't feel like work, and this is something that you can do. Like I was talking about the fact that I do communication, I talk and 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 I never stop, and it always gives me money, so it's not an issue. Now that is permanent. You can make this 100,000 every 2 weeks. So I prefer that people do the healing work, heal their solar plexus chakra. And once you heal your solar plexus chakra, which is why we need to take the San Pedro and the ayahuasca, that's why you need to come through to the retreat, guys. That's why. That is the whole point, so that you can have permanent things. You heal that, you can tackle the solar plexus chakra, and it can give you 100,000 every 2 weeks, like you said. So those are the two ways for you to get that done. So either you're doing you go through the spell work, which it is a relief point. You can come through, call me, we can discuss that, book a session. We can ask your guides which spell is going to work for you, looking at your energy and what's going on in your life, which spell, because there are like a billion spells, so you need to know the one that will really work for you. Other than that, like when I'm just giving out spells, I'll give different ones, so then people will almost like choose one that normally works with them. Okay, so you want to know which one works. Like I have got spells, most of my spells works with outside, like they don't work inside, so I have to do spells outside type of thing. All of us, other people have to do it inside, so it's a science type of thing. Okay, so I don't know what's that. Good. Okay, guys, so if you're joining us, we are talking about manifestation. We always talk about manifestation. Ask questions. I'm gonna come back to you, Zama. Your question. Please follow so that you can see when we start these live sessions. We start them at weird hours every day, 6, 7. So if you follow, you can be able to join us when we have a session. It will notify you. Neo says, thanks for the answer concerning money spell. Wanted to know if I need healing first to do that. No, Neo, for money spell, mama, it's an emergency. Nobody's going to ask you for healing when you're dying. Nobody is going to ask you, like, and by the way, normally it will die down as quickly as it came. So it's a easy come, easy go. You don't need to do anything other than have a certain attitude. That's the only thing. It needs an attitude. It needs an attitude. You can do the perfect spell, but if you don't bring the attitude, then you have a problem. He says, I thought it was creativity chakra, gonje in sacral. Yeah, so sacral is a creativity one, which goes with your emotions. But to challenge yourself, you will use all the chakras. To challenge yourself, you need solar plexus, because it's the courage and the passion and the push and the let's do it, and the masculine part of it. So while you are there, when you're asking the question, what is my talent, then it will go to your sacral. Your sacral will answer the question. So normally the chakras, they all answer when they are needed, and then they will give the one that's leading the leading thing. But they will answer if they're asked the question. So what is the talent? And the sacral chakra will say, oh, the talent is actually this, and then the solar plexus will continue with the job. In case of if we want to challenge ourselves, the leading chakra will be the solar plexus. Miss Precious, hello mama. I'm glad I bumped into your life. Haven't seen you in a while. Hey Precious, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Okay. Yeah, cheers. All right. So let me answer Zama's question. Who answer Kumbono, which way was I with the talk around? Oh, I'll have to come back and remember where I was. Okay, Zama says, what is the difference between asking and praying? All right. Now, good question there, Zama. So, praying is communion. So, people who will be like, oh, I'm looking for companionship. Oh, hey, I'm paying a man my money because I need companion. Hey, bang bang binkunzi. I was looking for companionship. Hey, lonely. What? Child, you're going to lose a lot of money if you don't know how to communion with God. Because, so when I say God, it's your guide, it's your universe. Like, guys, if you have a problem, going out there and telling people it's going to waste your time and money and energy and cause you problems. When you have a problem, you need to go and light your candles. You have a partner, you don't have one. You have friends, you don't have them. Whatever is happening in your life, there's only one place. It's the communion with the universe. It's the communion with God, which is happening through prayer, phahla, whatever you want to call it, right? That is a communion where you can go to your guides or your God or your universe, whatever suits you, bleed your thing, makes you happy. Leo says, I like it when you say Jack. No, I live with 2000s. They call me child. They talk to me and they be like, damn it, I gave birth to you. So, hey, yeah, it's a. Oh, my 2000 azosibulala ngithi. My 2000 have been sent to kill us. Ngiyanitshela, one day nizobona. They call me that. So, hey. Now, if you are not having a communion with your spiritual world, you will find yourself in all sorts of situations. That is why you need prayer. When you what is like if life is happening and you're like, oh my God, I am getting dizzy right now. Yo, ziyakhala zikula speak. You don't need to go to anybody and tell them your problems, other than the fact that you are consulting for the purposes of just understanding what the energy that is around you and what can you do about it. There's no need to go tell people all things that they don't need to hear about you, because sometimes those things you're opening doors for you to be I've seen too many times a person tells their partner all these things and then the partner uses it against them to traumatize them. You don't know when you're talking to a narcissist. Most of the time, you guys, you haven't worked on your third eye. You do not know a narcissist, and then you're telling the wrong person this information and then they use it against you. And remember, if it's you having a problem, it's because this is a weakness of yours. Every time we're having a problem, things that we're crying about, it's a weakness of yours. So then they will use it against you. They'll be like, oh, this one has little emotional intelligence. This one has little emotional balancing. So Mina, I'm gonna balance their emotions and then they're gonna give me all their money. There you go. You paying the bond, you paying the what you pay because you're looking for companion. So praying is where you get companion. I tell you, you don't want to buy Zella the wrong place. Mawubhayizela to your candles, ube dizzy next to your candles, ukhale, roll on the floor next to your candles. When you finished, you say thank you so much because now I feel better. That is prayer. It's not asking, it's communion, companion. Woo, English, whichever way it is, guys. And yes, which one is it? That one, you get it most. Yeah. Then you don't do that to your partner. I teach a class of high value women. You don't go to your husband and tell him your problems. You don't ever do that. And somebody lied to us. Tina, we've been there, done that. You don't do that. You don't tell your boyfriend or your husband your problems. You go to your candles and you tell your candles, only your candles. And me, if you are paying me whatever amount I'm asking for you at 4 a.m. in the morning, I don't care. The moment I say bye bye, I've forgotten about your problems. I do not care about your problems at all. You wanna tell the person who don't care about your problems, like whatsoever. Then now asking is a total different thing. It's not praying. Asking is you now going to your guides, and depending what is the issue and what is going on, you need to negotiate. Asking, you don't just, like if you've got children, guys, you know children, they don't ask J like, oh, I've asked, hopefully she will do it. No, kids will sit down with you and they will show you. I mean, the 2000 let's now, guys. They will sit down with you and they'll be like, you know this, why I need this. The other day, she was crying my soul. She's like, yo, mama, I want crochet. She was doing some crochet thing, like she's doing a JC or something. So she needs these things to do that. So I've been looking for a cable to an extension cable. So that I said to her, hey, you need to remind me I need an extension cable. So she needs this crochet thing. So there's a shop where she knows the crochet things are at. She's like, oh, let's go to that shop, and then you know it will benefit you to go to that shop because you're gonna get your things. And I'm like, sorry, I can get an extension cable anyway. I don't have to go to the shop. You are the one who needs this, whatever you need, because it's only in that shop. Huh? It's like literally this person is trying to kill me in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so now when you're asking, you need to negotiate. And that is what we do when we're doing river cleansing, fire cleansing ceremonies. Those two ceremonies are for asking. Fire cleansing is asking for the blessings that we supposed to be inheriting. If you did not have a trust fund in this planet, just like me, you know, you got here and your parents were like, hey, there's nothing we can offer you. There is a trust fund in the spiritual realm that you have. You need to understand it. You need to negotiate it to be downloaded to you. Number two, so if you are asking, you need to be negotiating for your trust fund, which is the blessing that you don't have to fight about. And then number two, you need to then be asking. Remember, we just said your free ticket item. You need to negotiate for that. Like it's yours. You let your guides know, you know it's yours and there's no way you can't have it. Why are you not having it? Like, why am I sitting here and not having this thing when this thing is like my thing and I don't have to discuss anything with anybody? And then number three, you're gonna ask for the other things, like the extra things that then now you need healing for, and you're gonna negotiate healing because the number three things you will need healing to get them. So in this process of asking, you need to know what you're asking about, where are you asking, how are you asking, because there are different levels. But you go to your candles for asking, you have that meeting, or you go to the river for asking and you negotiating serious issues. Asking is not prayer. Asking is a meeting between you and your God. about what are you willing to give, what are you willing to sacrifice. Because God will be asking you things like, why are you still in that relationship? Why are you still in that job? And you will have to say, okay, fine, God, if I leave, would you do this? If I don't do this, would you do that? So there needs to be that negotiation. So sometimes your guys are saying, why are you in that relationship? Because we're not going to give you anything, because anyway, you're going to lose it. And you say, I can't come out of the relationship. They like, yeah, we know you are wounded. So you'll be like, okay, fine, then let's do the healing. Then I can be able to come out of the relationship. Then I can be able to get this. You see the negotiation I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Asking is totally different from praying. I hope that makes sense. But I mean, I was trying to just summarize it. Kena says, how do you navigate blocked energies in the body? Okay, that's a good question. Let's tackle that. Okay, guys, let's just take questions and then we will stop tonight here. Then we'll continue tomorrow. I'm gonna be here tomorrow again. Okay, so blocked energies. So blocked energies, that's a good topic, right? It's a long topic though. Cleansing is your best bet for anything in your life. Cleansing, you want to be able to cleanse as much as possible. Now, depending on what is blocking your energy, sometimes it's things you've done to yourself. Maybe you're eating sugar, maybe you're drinking alcohol, maybe you're having sex with the wrong people, maybe you are gossiping, maybe, I mean, the list is long. Things you can do to yourself that blocks your energy. So let's just say you're sleeping with the wrong people. Oh my God, you need the river. There's nothing else that can solve that problem other than the river. If you're sleeping with the wrong people, you need the river. You know, you don't know how to leave a certain relationship, you need the river, to cleanse that kind of a thing. You are overeating, you will block your energies. Those kind of things will block your energies for sure. So you are overeating, you need to detox. So you could detox your chakras, you could detox your gut system. You can find supplements to detox your gut system. So you don't need really, like, you need to cleanse the physical body. So you can get ayahuasca if it's a spiritual problem. San Pedro, if it's you blocked from work and making money, San Pedro will help you with that. So depending what is blocked, where is it blocked, why, how did it get blocked, then you can be able to clear these energies. There's no energy that can't be cleared. That's the good thing about it. Every energy that you have got that's blocking you, San Pedro will clear up every money issue you've got that you've asked about. And physical ailments, ayahuasca will clear those things for you nicely. People they can tell you vomit like the whole entire 6 hours and your body is getting cleansed, your chakras are getting opened. Ayahuasca would cleanse your physical body, and San Pedro would cleanse your emotional body and your spiritual body. Okay, so depending what's blocking you, and like I said, how did it get there? So if it's things that you've done to yourself, there's a different, of course, way to do it. If it's things that were sent to you, oh child, that's where you call me in. We will make sure that those things go back to where they came from. If they are blocking you and they were sent to you, we will sort that out very quickly. But if you did it to yourself, then there's another route to doing it. So that's why we normally need to ask your guides, hey, there's a blockage here. What is the problem? Is it something that, how do we deal with it? It's easier that way. Then we know, okay, this is how we deal with it. Now we're going to the retreat, guys. So at the retreat, we're gonna be having all the ceremonies, the 5 ceremonies. First ceremony is Friday. It's the energy clearing, the nervous system clearing. We are going into the subconscious mind. We delete files, as many files as possible, of the trauma that you carry. At this point, everybody loves that because it's tense, but it's not like the medicine. The medicine, like you really go wish are there. So we start with that Friday, 12 p.m. We doing the clearing of your nervous system, deleting files on the subconscious mind of pain and trauma, and putting in new files. Then second ceremony, we're doing fire cleansing, which is where we're doing the curses and the blessings of your past timeline. People that have come before you, they gave you blessings, they gave you curses. You want to take the blessings, which is your what I was talking about, your trust fund, and then you want to make sure, absolutely sure, that you are canceling the curses so that the next generation doesn't have to go through these things. Okay, then next ceremony is ayahuasca. Big things, right? So ayahuasca is cleansing the trauma and it releases the body from the trauma. So I've seen people heal from cancer. Last time we had a lady that healed her back that was supported by pins and what. Like she's been going through this pain for 10 years. After the ayahuasca ceremony, she said, I don't feel the pain. Till today, she hasn't felt that pain. And everything is like just disappeared out of her body. She does not have any of those problems. Doesn't even look like she got those surgeries. So ayahuasca, perfect for clearing your body system and traumas. And then we have 6 hours during the night, the first night, and then the next day we start with river cleansing. Like I said, negotiation time. You are asking time. You are sorting out your problems, spiritual problems time, river cleansing. And then after river cleansing, we start with the biggest process on the retreat, which is the San Pedro. It's 18 hours. And on that one, you can joke around in the rest of the time. You will not let yourself down with San Pedro. It will solve your life. It will make sure that it holds you tight, really tight. And you will let go of things, big things. I've seen people leave addictions like alcohol, food, sex. Like they stop smoking, they stop, never ever touch it ever again. So totally amazing with addictions and behaviors. You find yourself not doing things that you said you're gonna do. You don't take care of yourself. San Pedro will make you do it by force, by fire. So yeah, that's how the retreat goes. So we are going to be doing the retreat on the 19th to the 21st of December in Mahalis. Make sure that you send in your name. Name is PA at email is pa@busiseleshow.com. There is a discounted price, a very amazing discounted price up to November 30. Make sure that by November 30 you have been able to register so that you get this discount. After that, the discount is no longer there. Make sure the list is already like, so everybody that just, you need to register to make sure that you make it on the list, because the last retreat was fully booked. We didn't even have beats, that it was so full, and I had to return people. So please make sure that you don't miss out, and I don't have to say to you, oh, come back next year, like that's not nice. So Precious says, wow, I need it. Yes, Precious, send that email so that you can get the retreat link. Kena says, can I write those remedies? Which ones, Mama? I don't know which one remedies you were talking about. I didn't see that. Miss Precious says, what's San Pedro? Yeah, San Pedro. It's S-A-N Pedro. Yeah, that's the spelling for San Pedro. It's Hauchuama. That's how it's called, the spiritual name. But we normally use San Pedro because it's not really the original name, but it's a psychedelic. So say psychedelic San Pedro, then you'll get the information on it. All right. Remedies, I'm not sure which ones you're talking about there. Kenna, you can ask again, remind me what remedies was I talking about. Okay, I think I've talked about a lot of things, but today I wanted to say to you guys, ask and know how to ask. If you need a spell, let me know. Send an email, pa@busicelesho.com. But I have noticed right now that I need to just make sure I test your energy before I give you a spell so that you get the right spell, because so many people be like, I'm doing the spell, it's not working. And I know why it's not working, because it's not yours. But it's like I gave it publicly, so you take, it's not designed for you type of a thing. So if you need a spell, I am available for consultation between Monday and Friday, 4 a.m. on Zoom to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. You can send an email, pa@busicelesho.com. You can book a session. Come with as many questions as you want to ask. You can ask about your money. You can ask about your soulmates. You can ask about your, what else? Money, right? Okay, and if you need a coaching session around things like monetizing and business-wise, then we can talk about that. And then, of course, the good thing about that is that we can just ask you guys, if you're going to be monetizing about this, how do you go about it? What is the easiest way for you that is suiting to your energy? And we can definitely also look at your astrology chart to see what are the things that are your free card that you can be able to get without struggle. Guys, life is not that hard, I promise you. Like, I mean, for the past probably 6 years, I haven't had physical problems. I definitely have had a lot of spiritual problems because I mean my life is set up in a weird way. But once you learn about how to live this life, yeah, guys, this life becomes easy. Like I just told you, I've never had not one car in my name. Like I always have several cars that are fully paid off. But I just had to learn to understand my energy and know those things are not an issue to me. And the things that are an issue to me, I'm dealing with them every single day of my life. I'm dealing with those things. I almost died this year. Literally almost died because I was dealing with things that are not coming easy to me, that I need to heal for. And that healing was forced down my throat because it needed to happen, because I've asked for stuff that needed to happen, right? You see. But Kenneth says, what tools do you use to decode life? Oh, I use I'm a clairvoyant, so I hear and see visions. But when I'm in a session with a person, I use tarot cards mostly, but there's other methods. But normally, the most one that I use is tarot. The tarot. Yeah. So come through, guys, to the retreat. Put yourself first. Say, I know there is so much I need to understand about myself so that I can live this life a little bit easier. So this life, yesterday somebody asked about spiritual problems, and I said, you know what, spiritual problems are not an issue. We deal with spiritual problems like this. That is the easiest thing to heal. But of course, I can't heal your emotions. I need you to allow me to tap into your emotions to heal them. But your spiritual problems, I can heal them. You do not even have to say anything. You just sit in front of me and I can do that. Like, that is what I was trained to do, like blessed with my gift. And now you don't have an excuse to say, oh, I've got spiritual problems, I can't live a life that is amazing. No, that's wrong. But you can live a horrible life if your emotions are not sorted. That's why you need to drink this ayahuasca and this San Pedro. That's why you need to come to the retreat to sort out your emotional body, your nervous system. which can make you or break you, like we said in the beginning of the talk. Your nervous system knows where the money you want is lying right now. Your nervous system knows where your soulmate is breathing right now. But your nervous system is not going to go and do that until you heal something in it. It always wants to be healed before it does anything amazing, unfortunately, right? So let's come through to the retreat. And then we are having a river cleansing next week Sunday. We're having a waterfall cleansing next week Saturday. Those information are on my Instagram, on my social media, but you can also send a text or send an email, PA@Busiselesho, and book for river cleansing next week Sunday and waterfall next week Saturday. Those processes, like I said, they are quite important. We're having them next week's weekend. As I'm in Durban, Noctula says, as I'm in Durban, I have to come for ayahuasca and San Pedro, or maybe I can buy it for myself. Oh no, Mama, come to the retreat. There's people from Cape Town that are coming. There's people There's people from the UK. There's people from Lesotho. There's people from Namibia. There's people from America that comes through. So, Durban is just here. You just come through. I've got Airbnbs. You can just ask my PA to give you the link, you book, and then you come and then you get it done. There is people that comes from like so long, like UK. Somebody's coming from the UK. They already booked and everything. So Durban is too, like you drive and you are here. You don't even need to fly. So yeah, there's people from Cape Town that are coming, of course. Like people from everywhere come. So don't worry. Durban is just around the corner. Come through and have the ceremonial work. It's so much better than taking it at home. Is the difference between river cleansing and waterfall? Oh yeah. So yesterday I did talk about that. So you can always go back to the yesterday video. I think I explained it a little bit more in detail, but let me quickly go through that. River cleansing. It is, okay, let me start with waterfall. Waterfall cleansing is when you are doing a lot. You are implementing things, but nobody says yes. You keep getting unsuccessful. You keep getting, not yet, we will hire you, but we are still doing this. Hey, you did well in the interview, but you can't get the job. Waterfall is to open your luck, is to open it's to allow you to receive things that you are doing. You are working so hard, but you don't see the money. You don't. There's no fruits in your life. Yeah, let me say that. You don't see the fruits of what you're doing. Okay. Then you come to the waterfall. Normally afterwards, you just bump into money that you really were not even expecting normally. Then river cleansing is for spiritual problems. What is spiritual problems? The spiritual problems you found yourself in. So like I said, you've connected with the wrong people, you connected with their energies. Now you're sleeping with this person, they've got karma, now the karma is in your life, now you're having issues with your life. Your own msamo is not fixed. You don't have communication between you and your guides, or like anzwani, you don't know how to you're not asking the right questions from them, you're not asking for the right things from them. You are having blockages that are just unfounded. Like, why is this happening? Why is this not happening? So that's when we say we go to negotiate at the river. We negotiate issues in your life. Why is this happening? How long should I be here? Like, I am tired of this thing. I don't want this to continue happening. So river cleansing is for negotiation and fixing problems that you don't understand why they are in your life. Okay, and the asking thing. It's very important to go to the river when you feel like things have not been happening in your life and you don't understand. You need to go and ask. It's an asking. We are not doing companion. We're asking, we are forcefully wanting answers. That's the river cleansing. So that's the difference. I hope it makes sense. But yesterday I explained it a little bit more. So waterfall is like, I am doing, but just like nobody wants to pay attention. And then if you have like serious issues in life, you need river cleansing. So that's the difference. And it's important to do both, of course. So this next week, Saturday, we're having river, and then we're having a waterfall, and we are retreat is 19 to 21. Thank you so much, guys, for tonight. Let me let you go. So tomorrow evening, I'm gonna talk again about another few things around the nervous system. We're gonna have these nervous system talks as much as we can, because thank you so much, guys, for the gifts. Thank you so much. We're gonna have these talks many times, because this is the core, guys. Like I said, we don't want to have physical problems, because God has made everything right for us. You will have problems, and there are problems that you deserve, but there are problems you don't deserve. So I'm just trying to get us to remove things that, like, this is a problem I don't deserve, I shouldn't be having it. Then, okay, you must have problems you deserve, then you can deal with them. But these talks are just for that. I would like you to understand some few things, so that you can be able to not suffer where you shouldn't be suffering, because there is always going to be suffering in the planet. So let's suffer where we should. I think that I that's how I look at life. What time do you start? Oh, we start at 7. 7. So, but just look out for me. If I'm not online at 7, I'm coming. I am coming. Like, I normally post on my Instagram that we're gonna be having a session tonight. So we 7, 7:10, 7:15, I will come through. So just keep watching for that. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Another quick talk on nervous system stuff, just for the purposes of fixing what we can where we are. And then, of course, if you need a session, let me know, and send that email, pa@busicelesha.com, or send a text. Good night. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.